Yes, yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, welcome. You are fully appreciated if you are here for another session of boxing talk, my people. And in this round, my guys, I do have for you Jake and friggin' Paul, my guys. Tell me, is he arguably now the face of boxing? Well, he says he's running the sport now. He says he's running the sport. Now, well, think about it. After his very controversial fight with Iron Mike Tyson this past weekend, Mike Tyson, who is the former, way former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, my people, 20 years retired, at least 4 times out of his prime, my guys. You know, and he's 58 years old. For Jake Paul, who is 27 years old, in his prime, father time had the last word on this one, as expected by many who had concerns in the lead up to this fight. And after the fight, you know, criticisms poured in. One notable criticism is people saying that this fight was a pure example of exploitation of the aged, my guys, of the elderly, which Mike Tyson was an elderly man, my people. You know, yeah, he's just no longer in his prime, my guys. But despite all the criticism that this fight faced, well, there were still a lot of people that were intrigued, including those those people that criticized it. They were intrigued, my people, and they watched the fight, my guys. They watched the fight. I was against it, but I still watched it. I'm not gonna lie. They watched the fight, my guys, and we all watched the fight. And boy, was it disturbing. I wish it never happened, but it did. You know. But despite all of this, my guys, like I said, a lot of people still watched the fight, and was confirmed a commercial success, my guys, breaking all types of records. 72,000 at the gate. 72,000. I mean, at the AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys football team, my people. You know, so that was big. 72,000 screaming fans to watch this pantomime show. All right, okay, cool. I ain't mad at all, man. I ain't mad at all. I think it's a good thing, really. I think it's a good thing, really. But we'll get into that soon. And it brought in 18 million at the gate in revenue, which is actually the highest recorded, you know, for boxing and MMA events held outside of Las Vegas, my people. So that was big. And guess what was even bigger? It's even double the record that was previously was held by Saul Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, my people, at the AT&T. My guys, it was reported Billy Joe Saunders and Saul Canelo Alvarez, they brought in a revenue of 9 million, my people. Nowhere as close as Jake Paul, my guys. So Jake Paul right now is doing better than Saul Canelo Alvarez outside of Las Vegas, my people, my guys. And it was reported, my people, that this fight, reported by Netflix, attracted 60 million household views. 60 million household views, my people. By the way, though, this fight was free for Netflix subscribers, you know, so we have to consider that. But 60 million household views, that is huge. we're counting houses here, my people. We're counting houses, not actual people. That means in each house, depending on how many people were in that house, well, they will be watching the fight too. You know what I'm saying? They would have been watching the fight too. So people that actually watched the fight, possibly way more than 60 million. Way more. You know, so massive, man. Massive, gosh. But all that trickled down. What I really liked about this is that those views, they actually also trickled down to the fights that were on the undercard, especially like specifically if you think about the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor fight, that undisputed fight there, yeah, for the super lightweight undisputed title. I believe Serrano challenging Katie for her undisputed status, my people. But yeah, that fight garnered a lot of attentions. The views trickled down for that fight alone. 50 million views, 50 million household views, my people, and they got paid handsomely. Those two fighters, 6.6 million each, and they would have never got that anywhere else. On which promotion, my people? They're getting almost 8-10 times what they've been getting previously, my people. So this is huge for boxing. This is great for boxing, man. I don't see what is wrong here, except for one thing. But like I said, we will talk about that soon, my people. You know, another fight on the undercard: Barrios versus Abel Ramos. I'm hearing Barrios got 3.5 million to face Ramos, who, although turned out to be a hard fight for Barrios, well, Ramos is not really considered a highly rated fighter, my guys. And not only that, he's already got, I believe, like 3-4 losses already on his record, my people. So going into the fight, it was supposed to be a comfortable win for Barrios. I mean, where else would Barrios would have got that money? Which other promotion, my guys? Because Barrios is an alright name in boxing, but he's not huge like that to get that kind of money for an opponent. Like I've explained, the level of Abel Ramos, my people. So yeah, again, I'm gonna say it again, this is huge. Huge, massive for boxing, my people, because Jake Paul here is found the perfect business model where not only Jake Paul, he's formulated a perfect business model right here, yeah, that just works. It works to get fighters paid, everybody involved in the organizing paid, you know, everybody, and I mean absolutely everybody, even on the undercard, everybody gets to eat, and a business model that makes profit, my people. Profit, that is the key word, my guys, my people, and ultimately promotes the growth of the sport, my guys, my people. I mean, Turkey Al Sheikh is getting boxers paid, and he's putting a hell of an effort into promoting the sport of boxing and bringing us the biggest fights, my people, that fans are looking for. However, though, he's doing it at a loss, my people. He's not really making profit from these fights that he's bringing to fans. He's not really making. He's making schnada from any of those fights, my guys. And yeah, but Jake Paul's business model is brilliant, my guys. It's brilliant, where he's able to bring together absolute casual fans some people that ain't even into boxing, but like Jake Paul, through boxing, through watching Jake Paul box, come to realize that maybe they like boxing after all, but didn't give it a chance. Um, my guy, so he's able to bring such casual fans, or even other types of casual fans, all types of people, my guy, all types of people from all walks of life, all interests, bringing the casual fans together with core boxing fans, people that are actually in love with the beautiful science, my guys, smashing both of them together, by giving them, both crowds, each what they want, and that is a chance to see Jake Paul, or to watch another show just like this Mike Tyson, and yeah, whatever, man. Yeah. So he's got everything there for everybody. He's got everything there for everybody. So he's selling choice. He's selling choice. That is what it is. That is exactly what it is, my people. But Jake Paul, though, he's not essentially a boxer. He started as a young kid with the Disney Channel. Got into YouTube. Was very, very good at that. Became successful, running to a huge amount of money as a young man, my people. But yeah, he somehow got into the sport of boxing, my people. And here too, he's doing very well at it as a fighter and a promoter. But let me tread lightly when I say he's doing very well as a fighter, because although he's winning, he's not really facing any credible fighters, anyone that's got real chance of beating him. Jake Paul, though, like I said, he's not a pro fighter, but he does have a pro a pro license to fight, my people. And with his pro license, in his 6 years or 5 years, 5 or 6 years, anyway, it doesn't matter, it's one of the other, in the sport, he's only managed to face one pro fighter, and that was Tommy Fury, who beat him. Tommy Fury himself was more or less a novice, my guys, with 9 or 8 fights on his record, my people. So yeah, other than that, in 12 fights that Jake Paul has had, 11 of them have been with either total novices, yeah, old retired ex-champions, or ex fighters from a totally different combat discipline, my people, not boxing, my guys, my people. But they are fighting Jake Paul in the ring, my people. So that is his business model, and it works very well for him, because it just stacks the advantage of him winning in his favor, highly in his favor, my people. Just leaves his opponent completely compromised, my guys, my people. They stand absolutely no chance of winning. But one thing, though, it seems you may well need more than just being an absolute novice. You will need to have a strong following, strong enough he will give you the number to actually get a fight with him, my people, my guys. Because he can add your following to his followings, one big following that would buy into the fight, my guys. So that's what he's looking for. That's his business model there. And Jake Paul has a huge social media following. Now has a huge following in boxing too. So he has a lot of casual fans locked in to him, right now, and a lot of haters too, who will pay just as much as those casual fans, Jake Paul fans, my guys, and they will pay just as much, just to, in the hope that Jake Paul will lose. And that is why even this Mike Tyson fight did so well. People got that nostalgic feeling inside of them, my guys, my people, feeling for old Mike, and they really, really hoped that he could come back and fight again and possibly be the hero once more again and save them from the terror that is Jake Paul, my people. So yeah, man, this kid, man, he's done wonders in the sport. I have to admit, and it's such a clear, basic business model, my people. But overall, I think Jake Paul is great for boxing. But for one huge objection, and when I say huge, it's a huge one, my guys. Jake Paul, please keep your crusty hands off of the elderly, my people. Please, that is, I'm serious. That we live in a society, all societies that are committed to looking after the health and safety of the aged and vulnerable, my people. So in such a society, such a fight with a vulnerable someone that falls into that category like Mike Tyson, well, it should never have happened, my guys, my people. Mike Tyson, who after the fight, he said he almost died, had 8 blood transfusions, lost so much blood that he almost died, my guys, he said. And if you remember, and he said this was in June, if you remember, it was reported in May that this fight originally was scheduled for July, would be postponed, my guys. And they said it was due to ulcers. So which kind of ulcers was this that nearly killed the man? I mean, how much due diligence did they do to actually find out if Mike Tyson was actually match fit, even though naturally he's not match fit anyway, because he's an old man, my guys. He's an old man, more or less an AOP. So aside from that, leave the OAPs alone. Leave the OAPs alone. Old age pensioners, leave them alone. And if you want, you can take any other weaklings on pussy and batter them if you want, as long as they jump in the ring and they're fully fit and healthy. Batter them, pay them, that's it. You're doing good for boxing. You're doing good for boxing, Jake Paul. But just leave the vulnerable people alone, my guys. We don't want to fall into the lines of where you're crossing moral boundaries that you shouldn't be crossing, my guys, my people. It is not worth it. You can really do it. You can really do it with a lot of other fighters, my guys, my people. But Jake Paul right now, like I said, could be a possible contender for face of boxing. He may well be, because he's been called out. He's been called out after that huge success. I've already told you already. After that huge success, well, he's been called out by people that might surprise you if you don't know already. Arthur Beterbiev called out Jake Paul. He messaged Jake Paul via DM. He said to Jake Paul, what can you do in a ring with the undisputed champion of the world? My guys, my people. He told him, just know that I'm open to all suggestions. So Beterbiev there saying he's willing to do more or less whatever Jake Paul suggests. That seems like begging, my guys, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look, my people. This is a professional fighter, my guys. It's supposed to be stoic, my people. You know what I mean? Principled. You don't just sell out like that. You don't just sell out like that. And following in his footsteps to Daniel Dubois. This is what Daniel Dubois said to Jake Paul. Again, DM, sneaking. He said, hi Jake, good business on the weekend. But how would you feel fighting for the legitimate heavyweight championship of the world? This is Daniel Dubois calling you out. Let's go. Let's get it on. So silly, man. So silly. Better Beef. And actually Better Beef's one was not too bad because it seemed like he's open to all suggestions, not just going in the ring with Jake Paul. He's just after the money. He's not really wanting to fight Jake Paul like that. But Dubois, he's literally calling him out, saying to him, I am calling you out. This is the heavyweight champion of the world. And yeah, man, it's sad. Let him call you out. Let him call you out. Even he fights at a lower weight division. He's a cruiserweight, isn't it? Is it even possible? Well, Frank Warren says it's not even possible, says the IBF wouldn't sanction it. And damn right, why should they sanction this damn fight? I mean, Jake Paul, from influencing, from an influencer slash boxer, never done nothing at all in boxing. What, jump over people in the rankings for a title shot? Hell no. The IBF better not sanction no bullshit like that, you know. No bullshit like that. Jake Paul is doing fine, just as he is. He's doing just fine, trust me. And well, so yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that the heavyweight champion of the world is just stooping so low. You are you know, just making boxing look bad. It's like you're comparing it to trash. The beautiful science. What happened to the art? The value of the art. You know, what happened to that? What happened to that? The value of the expression of the art, the beauty of it. That it takes a lot of thought, mind, training, dedication to create, talent, ability. You know what I mean? And you're gonna put it against, and that title that you got represents everything that you've put into the game, my guy. Don't just put it cheap like that. This is someone whose head is already swollen from getting money, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're going there begging balls, Better Beef and Dubois. And Jake Paul, he replied, man. He replied and he embarrassed both of them. Clown them both. He said about Better Beef, he said this. He said, well, I must be running this shit now. I must be running this sport because look here now. Look who's calling me out. He's saying that to Arthur Better Beef, right? Top 5 undisputed pound for pound in the world is calling me out. That to Better Beef. So yeah, there you go. So he thinks their position is respectable and valuable. Something possibly worth more than just money, my people. And they don't see it as valuable at all. And they're not poor. They've earned from boxing. But it's this thing, the hunger that people got for just more and more. And as for Daniel Dubois, he just straight up chiefed Daniel Dubois, told Daniel Dubois, get in line, sent an what's it called, an image of a ticket dispenser, you know, telling him get in line, just chiefed up the heavyweight champion of the world, my people. Chiefed him up straight. Basically, if you don't respect yourself, why should I respect you? You know, respect has to come from you first, for yourself, before anyone else. And that's the lesson here. That is the lesson. Well, spoken on that point, Frank Warren says, even though we said what's it called, the IBF won't sanction it, he says, however, though, if the boy wants to go and do that on his own accord and it happens, well, let it happen. But if the fight happens, though, I'm not against it, my guys. Let these fighters get paid, but I just don't want all these titles to be given and whatever to be getting fights that they don't deserve, my people. But yeah, Jake Paul did say that Dubois at least has more social, at least more followers than Arthur Better Beef, so yeah, he's not really rating Arthur Better Beef like that. Remember, I told you you need to have a decent following, at least, my guys, my people, because that is the money. That's how he generates the money. He smashes your followings with his. Booyaka, booyaka. But he's not gonna face these people. He needs a guaranteed win. He's not gonna win, my guys. He is not going to win. But if he wins, if it goes against the bar, and good challenge, it's a fight people ain't expect him to win anyway. But this is the heavyweight champion of the world. They playing with it. They are playing with it. So far, the only one that has given a dignified response to all of this, Jake Paul, fiasco, and Mike Tyson. Well, it was what's his name, Sal Canelo Alvarez. Sal Canelo Alvarez, my people, who was really doing nothing for the sport right now, not fighting the best either. But Sal Canelo Alvarez, I liked his response when they asked him about Jake Paul's interest in fighting him. Jake Paul said he was interested in fighting Sal Canelo Alvarez before, but after the fight, he said he doesn't need Canelo anymore. Canelo needs him. Canelo needs him now, and yeah. So if he wants to fight, he knows who to come to, But Canelo says Jake Paul. It's just not on his level. It's just not on his level. Then total different stratospheres. According to Sal Canelo Alvarez, my people. And when I asked him about facing Jake Paul, he bluntly said he's just not interested, my guys. Just not interested. There you go. And Sal Canelo Alvarez also added to his response to Jake Paul. He said, and I really like this one, I think this was classic and very cheeky, his response. Canelo seems to be good at all these cheeky responses. He said to Jake Paul, just relax, relax, calm yourself down, carry on doing what you're doing and enjoy what you're doing. Just keep me out of it, my guys. Basically, yeah. And a diss and advice at the same time, and it's good advice. I think Jake Paul does need to calm down. He needs to keep his hands off the old and the vulnerable, my people. And that's it. Other than that, he can carry on what he's doing. I think with that aside, he's doing great for boxing. So yeah, is he contender for the face of boxing? Possibly, but possibly Ryan Garcia, Devontae Tank Davis, and Sal Canelo Alvarez might have something more to say about this, my guys, because they are right now the people who are considered the faces of boxing, my people. Would Canelo and Alvarez this as a result finally give us the fights that we're looking for, the big fights they can actually make that would contest with what Jake Paul has actually done now? Sal Canelo at Las Vegas, we know, sells hugely. And Canelo and Benavidez, Davis and Shakur, these are all big fights. These are all big fights, my people. But with that said, I think I'm gonna leave it there. That's enough with you guys on this one, my people. I just had to catch up. There's been a lot that I've been away from, my guys. I've been away for a few days, my people. But yeah, that's it from me. And as always, before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe, and of course leave your comments below, and catch me right here next time on Body and Mind Sports, my people. And as always, stay super blessed. Yes, people. Yeah, just before I go, a few more things, my people. Jake Paul actually netted 40 40 million he got from this fight. 40 million. That's for him. Jake Paul. Mike Tyson, you got 20 million just to turn up and give all of us a scare. Worried about what's gonna happen to him, you know. But I'm glad he's all right anyway, and he got paid handsomely, 20 million just to show up, my people. So yeah, let it continue, just only without the aged and vulnerable, my people. That is my only worry. That is my only concern, my guys. And yeah, after now Jake Paul's recent success, well, the WBA want to give him a title shot against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. The problem is though, Chavez Jr. is not even a champion. So how is the WBA going to manage that? I'm sure they will come up with something just like the WBC did with Saul Canelo Alvarez, who was champion at middleweight, and Jamal Charlo, the WBC interim champion, mandatory to Saul Canelo Alvarez's title, but just to you know, make sure that they still eat from Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is a big money spinner, my people. Box office, you name it. Well, Saul Canelo Alvarez represents to them, my people. And so they decided to put Saul Canelo Alvarez in protective custody, not to face Jamal Charlo, and maintain his maintain his record just as it was in that time, and made up a whole new title for Saul Canelo Alvarez, the WBC franchise title. My guys, what a ridiculous idea. And just not to upset the two fighters, and of course a carefully weaved plan, my people, to eat from two pots. They then elevated Jamal Charlo to full championship, my people, full WBC championship. So you see what miracles these sanctioning bodies can do when money is really concerned, my guys, when money is really concerned. So I'm sure the WBA will come up with something for Jake Paul, Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. because they've already seen that Jake Paul is a money-making machine. Just look how much he generates, my people. Too much, my guys. And he's doing good for boxing, my people. He's doing good for boxing. But like I said, keep the aged and the vulnerable out of it. It should be a competitive fight, at least. I don't care. Frank Warren did say though that Jake Paul and Dubois are a total mismatch, the worst mismatch ever. And I agree, Dubois batters him, but it's still fair because they're two able body combatants, my guys, fit and in their prime. I don't mind seeing it. I really don't mind seeing that, you know. So yeah, there is no moral boundaries there for me, my guys. So on that note, let me end it, my people. Let me end it, and yeah, stay super blessed.